Okay, so let's begin. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. As always, welcome to the show hosted by yours truly, Sarthak Taraker. I hope by coming to this channel, you can take something useful away to apply to your life in a way which helps you embody the energy of love and hustle. Without any further ado, let us begin today's topic of making exploration your modus operandi. So, where to begin? How about I first define modus operandi? Modus operandi is Latin and can be succinctly summarized as one's mode of operation. Now, you may be wondering why I think that exploration is a mode of operating that'll yield you the most success, and that is exactly what I'm here to answer. To begin, let me talk about what I mean by exploration. You see, exploration isn't just about traveling to new places or trying out new things. It's about embarking on a journey of self-discovery, both external and internal. Venturing into the unknown to uncover the depths of your being. And that's pretty much what exploration is. And so let me give you guys a little bit of a background. Approximately half a year ago, I moved to this new city and I didn't know anyone. This was the first time in my life that I had moved somewhere completely foreign. I didn't know any places, wasn't familiar with any of the culture, and most importantly, I didn't have any of my family or friends. While seemingly intimidating in the beginning, I believe that this has been the crux and essence of my most recent evolution, due to which I have been able to shift into my highest gear yet. So essentially something special happened after I moved, which I'd never experienced before, and that was that I had more free time than I knew what to do with, because I had no predetermined things to do. In my old city, I always had school, homework, my friends, or one of my old predetermined programmed hobbies to pursue, and if not any of that, I had my family, so I always had something to occupy my time. In this new city, however, on the weekends, I suddenly had an abundance of idle time, which I had no clue what to do with. So, I'll give you guys a little bit of context. So, I've moved to the Delhi region, and let's just say, the culture here is very drinking centric, and that doesn't exactly align with my values because, while I do enjoy drinking, I have my nice glass of wine here. I don't like drinking every weekend. Not every single weekend. And that's just my personal preference, So while my new friends and acquaintances would be partying on the weekends, I had nothing to do because I just didn't want to partake in those activities. Therefore, I started to, explore new potential things to do, and which I had never done before because I had always been that guy, who would go hang out with his bros, who would go with my family, or I'd just, stay at home and do nothing because if I wanted to go out, that would mean that I'd go out with the boys, never on my own, So I'd never done a lot of the things I'd always wanted to do. And this one day I was just scrolling on my phone and I found this ad for a spiritual conference, which I was very surprised by because, the aforementioned culture of Delhi, which is very drinking centric. But nonetheless, I made sure to sign up for this conference and block out some time out of my weekend to attend it. And the weekdays passed and the weekend finally came and I woke up ready to hit the day. But I woke up a little bit late, and that's okay. I got ready, got all dressed up, and I decided to head to the conference. And what's interesting is I decided to take the metro to go to the conference because, I wanted to save some money and I wanted to save some time. But what's magical is that taking this metro ride was, it was a magical experience in and of itself because I felt like a movie character. I was all dressed up, listening to my music and traveling in a train, in my own little montage. It was my own little adventure, And, I finally arrived at the conference, and even there I had an amazing time. I met my type of people, engaged in meditation, talked about esoteric concepts, and overall I felt like I could express a side of me which I wasn't able to in my usual day-to-day. I went home that day with a joy for life. A joy that gave me energy to pursue the goals I needed to, with an authenticity which is powerful, One could even say it gave me enough love to hustle. I'm just playing. but yeah, I mean, anyways, I mean, in much the same way, over the coming months, like, I decided to attend different conferences as well. I attended some other spiritual ones, I attended some business ones, I even, explored some physical, like, athletic hobbies, and I essentially overall got to explore sides of myself which I hadn't paid enough attention to in the past. I started meeting new people, doing a wide variety of things with their career. I met some people who are spiritual teachers, I met some people who are YouTubers, and I even met entrepreneurs of high turnover organizations, through which I was able to, open up my mind to the possibilities of what I could do. This in and of itself was liberating, but it also helped me to discover myself and figure out what I wanted to do in life. And as Socrates said, knowing thyself is the beginning of wisdom. So I started to realize that what I was doing at my current job was not the right direction for me. Even if the pay was good and the brand of the company was strong, the actual work itself was not what I wanted to do. And that was an awakening for me. I had worked my entire 3 years of college, and I was working hard towards this goal of getting into this job of mine. But then I realized that it was not aligned with what I wanted to do, and it was more so the programming of the people around me and society itself that had made me believe that this is what I wanted, but it wasn't. Also I would say that, exploring as a whole, it also helped me to rewire my brain to become smarter. And you may be asking, how does exploring help you rewire your brain? Well, there's this Hermetic principle I've read about. It's as above, so below. And essentially, as I explored my physical world through these untaken paths, I also started to impact my mental realm by training it to believe that I could do the same thing with my ideas and beliefs. Whenever I took the unknown path and dove into exploring this new and unknown city, I was also subconsciously programming my mind to be accustomed to curiosity and to be okay with seeking new paths instead of always following the same ones. This is why today I believe I can literally do anything because I'm not afraid to take this new path. I've tried my hand at, multiple business models at this point, which I never would have been able to do in the past. And I plan to keep experimenting, and I'm not afraid because why would I be? And I've been able to explore new hobbies, which I never thought I would, like modeling, like yoga. I plan to try polo and some horse riding sports soon, and I never would have done this if I had never started this my journey of exploration. But I would say that the most important thing out of this entire journey of mine so far has been that I've gotten to meet a lot of new people who align with my values, which I believe is one of the most important factors on your journey of success, because as the common adage goes, you are the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with. And overall, I would say that I've begun to surround myself with people who are on a strong journey, whether that be artistic, entrepreneurial, or whatever it is. But people are I've started surrounding myself with my tribe, and that is one of the most important things I've gotten out of this journey. Overall, like, exploring my external world, it's helped me train my internal one to also be one that is curious and open to the riches of life. Now, you may be wondering, like, what does this have to do with me, right? But it's quite obvious, but I'll spell it out for you, because why not? So, I believe that you guys can essentially do the same thing with your life. Think about those things you've always wanted to do, such as maybe yoga, like I mentioned I wanted to do, maybe horse riding, maybe, you saw a cool little cafe or a restaurant on some reel that you wanted to go to, but your friends said that they're not interested. Why don't you just go and do it? Why don't you just go and visit that place? Why don't you go and just try that hobby? Because even if you have no idea what you're doing, not only will you improve your life by figuring out who you are, whether you like that thing, whether you don't like that thing, but you will also meet new people. You'll have stories to tell, and you will train your mind to be inquisitive and open. That's the crux of it. I hope that you guys go out, after watching this video, you go out and do one of those things you always wanted to do. And if you don't know what you want to do, I would recommend meditation, recommend yoga, and the gym. Obviously the gym, but yeah. And also go to random cafes and just sit in the serene silence and read a book. That's what I would recommend if you don't already have something to do. Anyways, that is all I have to share with you guys today. Thank you for joining, and if you found any value at all whatsoever, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment your thoughts. I would really appreciate any inputs on how to improve my videos so that I can provide the maximum value I can to you guys, because as I've mentioned in my previous video, as well as kind of have implied in this video, but my goal of this channel is essentially to serve, because I've realized through my work I want to serve. So if there's any tips, any input from you guys in regards to how I can provide more value to you, please comment it down below, as I would really appreciate it. Until next time, keep loving and keep hustling, baby. Thank you.